What's going on, traders? What is going on, thrill seekers? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Lotto Friday. If you're ready for a big rush of big wins in the stock market, you've come to the right place. You've clicked on the right thumbnail because today we're diving into the daily stock watch list that can turn your Friday into financial frenzies, or potential financial frenzies anyways. Lotto Fridays are about looking for exciting opportunities that can make your trading day unforgettable. And I've meticulously handpicked these stocks using the strat that have the potential to be maybe not a winning lottery ticket, but really, really successful plays for a Friday. Okay, but the kicker is we're not just going to tell you what to watch. I'm going to show you where to enter, how to navigate for potential maximum gains. So stick around to the end of the video, and you're going to gain the strategies and insights needed to transform your Friday into Lotto Friday Madness, increasing your chances for great success.
Great success!
So let's get started on this list for Lotto Friday, September 15th. The list that you see in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, that is TradingView. If you're new to trading, you're going to need something like this. So I have got a link in the description below. That link will give you a free 30-day trial to TradingView, and if you decide to use it, you get up to $30 off of that subscription. So you can check that out by clicking on that link. You can't get the discount without clicking on that link. The list. First up on the list is NEO. So NEO has a inside bar, or in the strat, we call it a 1 bar. So an inside bar does not break the high, or it does not break the low of this previous candle. It stays within that range. And every time you guys see that yellow candle, I want you guys to think of a spring being squished, compacted, loaded, ready to explode. And that's what we expect off of inside bars. That's what it's doing. It's consolidating. It's a tightening range. So when we go back and look at past inside bars, this is the kind of range that we look for, the kind of move that we look for. Does it always happen that way? Well, no, it doesn't. You can see off of that 1-3 bar, it didn't. But if we go back to find the last inside bar on NEO, these right here, guys, inside bar. I know it's inside because it's yellow. Part of my indicator that I created for you guys. That link is in the description below. So you get these big runs up, another big run up, another big run down. Those are the setups that we look for off of inside bars. And I always tell people, if you're struggling with trading or you're new to trading, the inside bars are one of the things that I look for. It's one of the things I looked for when I first started trading. I came across inside bars, and that really helped me to really understand things. So that was one of the first setups that I learned, was these inside bars. So you can take the high at 1038, or you can take the low at 1014. For me, guys, when I'm taking these options, and the reason it's called Lotto Friday is because most tickers expire on the Fridays. The expiry dates for the options expire on Fridays. Not for all of them. SPY expires every single day, but the majority of them, they expire on, I'm just going to put it in a target there. Most of them expire on Friday, so that's why they call it Lotto Friday. It's 0 days to expiry. It's a lotto play. So you want to be very cautious with that as well. They're exciting to play, but also be very cautious. You don't need to blow up your account on a Lotto Friday trying to win a lottery, because that's not what the stock market is. It's not the proper way to be in this business. So inside bars, if I'm taking this as a call, the trigger price is 1038. So the strike price I'm looking for, you can look at 10, 1050, maybe $11. It's probably a little high for my liking. So I'm looking at that $10, 1050, maybe even a 950 range. And we're just looking for it to hit these targets. And the targets are marked out at the high of the preceding wicks. So any next higher high, but working backwards. And the same would go if we were looking for puts, where the trigger price is 1014, but the strike price we're looking for is 10 or 950, or possibly 1050, but maybe not. So in that range is what I'm looking for, okay? And then same thing with this on the bottom side. If it's trending down, we just mark out our targets to the next lows. And NEO here is also stuck in an inside bar on the week. So it could trend down and trigger, or maybe we just stay inside bar, and that makes next week really, really interesting, because then we have a double inside bar for Neo for next week. So that would be awesome if we had that. Double inside bars are just, we have 2 straight days of consolidation. So we'll see how it plays out Friday, but you do have a setup there and a spot to get in and a spot to get out. Let's move on to Roblox. Roblox, interesting things here. So we talked about in the last video, and I usually talk about them in every video, we had a 2 down green here, and it was what I call a hammer candle. So it's a very, very bullish pattern. And so this thing ran up, and we hit targets. Okay, it did exactly what it said it was going to do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now we've got a 2 up that finished red. So a 2 candle only breaks one side of the previous candle. If it breaks the upside, we call it a 2 up. If it broke the downside, we'd call it a 2 down. Now, there's a couple interesting things here. Number 1, we have a 2 up that finished red. That means it trended up. The sellers brought it back. Okay. Number 2, we have a shooter candle. So this was a hammer. It's a bullish pattern. This is a shooter candle. Body, big long wick. That's a bearish pattern. So we have those 2 things. The third thing we have is full time frame continuity. That means on the hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, we are all pointing to the downside on all those charts. It's telling me there are sellers right across the board. So with this is a high probability play to trend back down on Roblox. Does it mean that's what's going to happen? No, it doesn't, because every trade is based off of probability. We're looking at probabilities based on the simple factors of, 2 up, finishing red, shooter candle, full time frame continuity. If you don't know what full time frame continuity is or time frame in general, there will be a video at the end of this one. So stay till the end. You can click on it. You can see exactly what time frame continuity is. So we are going to look for puts here at 27.65, and we just look for targets down here at 26.64. Does that mean that I need you guys to hit targets? No, you could take profit anywhere in here. I don't care. This is just telling me that that's where Roblox should be headed. And so what I would recommend you guys doing is managing this trade. You set your triggers and targets on a higher time frame, and you manage it on a smaller time frame. You don't have to do it off of the daily chart. You can do this. I do it personally for SPY off of the 15 and 5. I call it the SPY 155. I've got a full playlist on how well the SPY 155 works. So let's move on to NVIDIA. So normally I wouldn't have this because we're close to a hammer candle and red, but because we're 2 up and finished red, I'm going to put this on here, and based on what's happened with NVIDIA lately, I'm going to look for a short on this. So I'm going to look for puts here at 451.31, and the first target would just go to the low wick of this outside bar. CVX, 2 up, finished red, shooter candle. Okay, so we look for puts here at 167.12, and we've got the 2 targets marked out. It's very, very simple. Triggers and targets, triggers and targets. And you guys, you've noticed we're looking at bearish plays, we're looking at bullish plays, we're looking at both. And I've been using this analogy a lot. Like, there's bears in the market and there's bulls in the market, and bears tend to hibernate, and I wouldn't say they're lethargic, but they're not overly in attack mode, and bulls just run rampant and attack everything. I'm trying to teach you guys to be lions with the strat. Okay, I want you guys to be lions. I want you to play to the high side. I want you to play to the low side. And lions they're majestic, and they take their time, and they hunt their prey, and they're patient. And when they see the setup, like what I've curated here for you guys today, when they see those setups, they pounce. And that's what we're trying to teach you guys, to pounce when the timing is right. Okay. Trading is a game of patience. Too many people jump here, jump there, jump here, jump there. Patience, guys. Patience, consistency in all facets. Okay, so Coca-Cola, 2 down green. We're going to look for calls back to the upside. 58.59. First target's 58.68. And then at 59. If you want the top 5s from these plays, I give them out to the Griswold Gold members. Okay, so that's part of my Discord. My Discord is free to join. That link is also in the description below. You join it for free. There's plenty of rooms in there. There is a paid portion of it. And that paid portion is $50 a month. You buy 2 months, you get a month free, but you get a ton of stuff with it. You get this indicator, this time frame continuity indicator that includes the candlestick numbers, the painted inside bars, the painted outside bars, Sarah Strat Sniper's 50% rule. I've got a 1-hour strat course that I put together for you guys, from the very easiest things to the hardest things. It's 1 hour. That comes with it. You get live trading bots. You get one-on-one time with me through Google Meet or Zoom. and you'll make your money back in one trade off of this stuff, okay? So it's there for you guys. I'm not overly pushing it, but it's there if you guys need it. Hey, I'm also on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. I'm on Instagram. You can ask me anything in any of those. Ask me down in the comment section below. I answer everything. Test me out. Ask me a question, make a comment, I will answer you. And while we're at it, make sure you guys are giving me a thumbs up, giving me a subscribe button, and clicking that bell, because you'll get the notifications when we send these videos out for free every single day. I miss Tesla. I'm not even going to go through Tesla. Tesla was a 2-up to finish green, okay? So we don't need to go through Tesla. I'll take that off the list. We're going to go to AFRM, special play here, double inside bar. So another part of my indicator, this gold highlight comes up for these outside bar, inside bar setups, which are rare. And even more rare are these double inside bars where I give the blue highlight. So if we go back in time and look for a blue highlight, we can see the probability based on past scenarios. Double inside bar, triggered, target. Okay, we gapped, but we still hit targets. Okay, I'm going to try to find one more. Like I said, they're very, very rare. They don't happen very often. So we are going way, way back on AFRM. There it is. And again, this one, we triggered up. We did not hit targets, and then we went outside bar. So do they always work? No, they don't. But that's probability, guys. So every trade, like I mentioned earlier in the video, every trade is based off of probability, and it can't be any other way. Here's another double inside bar. This is the kind of move we look for, okay? We triggered, we hit target. This would have been a really, really successful play. So we had one in 2021, we had another one in 2022, and now we've got one in 2023 on AFRM. We'll see how it plays out on Friday with the double inside bar. We've got time frame continuity to the upside on the higher time frames. We move on to Disney. So these are 1-3 setups that Addicts Trades has been talking about last week. I'm not sure if he's mentioned it this week, but it's another setup that doesn't happen very often, and we can look to play it. Okay, so we've got a hammer candle here on Disney off of the 1-3 setup. So you can look for calls at 84.74 or puts at 83.04. Okay, and if we go back in time again to find the last time we had a 1-3 setup, this one went inside bar, so we can't look at that because it wouldn't have triggered. There's a 1-3 right here. Inside bar, outside bar, kaboom. Okay, that again is the type of move that we look for off of those rare setups. We move on to GM. GM, 2 down, finish green. Okay, so we talked about the sellers, the buyers buying it back, bringing it back up, 2 down, finish green, hammer candle. The time frame continuity looks good on the week and the month, so we can look for calls here at 33.80. Walmart, inside bar, calls at 165.74, puts at 164.41 off of that inside bar. And again, we look, this one triggered, hit targets, and hit second target, and it was done. Okay, but it did its job. Double inside bar, triggered, didn't hit targets, but we still had a nice run off of it. Inside bar, triggered, hit targets. Inside bar, triggered, hit targets. Okay, that's all we're looking for. Every candlestick tells a story. It tells you when to buy. It tells you when to sell. You don't need all these EMAs and RSI indicators and everything else that you've been taught before. When you simplify trading, trading becomes simplified. And that's really what it comes down to. You need to simplify what you're looking at, and you need to stay consistent with your rules, the capital that you trade with on every trade. Okay, I had a conversation with a lady yesterday from the Discord group, the gold members, in a one-on-one, and she didn't know how many contracts she was buying. Or she knew how many contracts she was buying, but she didn't know how much they cost. And she has a bigger account, so it wasn't really a thing for her. But you need to trade not with the consistent contracts at 6 contracts or 10 contracts each. You need to trade with a consistent $600. So $600 could buy you 10 contracts, could buy you 3 contracts. So that's where we have to stay consistent, is with the dollar value that we trade with on every single trade. Not one trade I'm going to trade $50, the next trade I'm going to trade $300. Keep it consistent, guys. Consistency right across the board. Apple, 2 down green. We look for calls at 176.10. First target at 177.30. Adobe, 2 down green, calls at 555.19. AMD, 2 up red. That pink line is our 2 down. We are 2 down on the week. We're going to look to re-trigger that, okay, on the weekly. So puts at 106.22. This should be green for our target. There we go on AMD. BA, inside bar, calls 210.44, puts 208.10. If you guys have questions, again, leave them down below. Get a hold of me on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. Get a hold of me in the Discord. Big bearish red candle. Time frame continuity. Puts at 136.95. Etsy, 2 up red. We look for the puts at 65.42. Notice the time frame continuity again. That is our friend. Continuity is our friend. INTC, inside bar. Hammer candle, but it is red. So if it was green, it would be more probable. It's red, becomes less probable. Still a hammer candle, though. Calls at 38.90. Puts, because it's an inside bar, are still possible at 38.30. Macy's, 2 down green. We look for calls at 11.43. And that is the list, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Like I said, if you have questions, ask away. I am here to help. I will answer them, usually within 24 hours. If you need the extra help, get in, join the Discord, join the gold membership. The $50 is one of the cheaper plans you will find around, and you're going to gain it back in one trade if you're using the strat correctly and you're following your rules. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you. I wish you nothing but the best. Have a fantastic weekend. I am grateful. I've hit 3,000 subs on YouTube, so thank you for that. I've just hit 2,000 on Twitter, so thank you guys for that. You're all amazing. I love all of you. Good luck, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.